0.1% for the whole Eurozone number looks pretty optimistic after these, no?
It does a little bit, really, considering the fact that Germany contracted a little bit more than what was actually expected by the markets. Certainly, I was expecting France to be fairly stagnant, and that has come to pass. But Germany is definitely the problem. But what this might actually do, and what is normally the case, is that when there are any problems in Germany, that's when the ECB step up to the plate. So we're going to need some new ideas in terms of growth and stimulus from the ECB, and this might be the one catalyst that does it.
All right, so, OK, we're talking QE sooner rather than later?
I think what we'll see probably maybe towards the end of this year, I think it's definitely a possibility, particularly if Germany continues in this downward spiral. Obviously, there's a feeling that we want to see the June policy measures taking effect, but you do want to see the ECB being a little bit more proactive than reactive at the moment. And it does seem that disinflation is certainly an issue, and it needs to see some sort of action from the ECB, and France is also calling for it.
And it's clearly not just geopolitics that's causing this. Exports, investment in Germany. This is very much homegrown as well, right?
It very much is, and obviously geopolitical activities will add to it, and that is what is concerning. So while it's homegrown for the time being, and I do feel that a lot of the issues in relation to Ukraine and the sanctions and the reciprocated sanctions have not yet been priced into this, and that, of course, will not necessarily bode well for the second half of this year for Germany.
Why is the equity market reacting so calmly? Okay, we haven't opened yet. We've just opened this morning, but why is it reacting so calmly to this? Do you foresee another crisis in the autumn?
I think if you look at the oil prices, I think it's one of the best leading indicators. And the fact that we've hit a 13-month low has been put down to a degree of a supply glut. But I do honestly feel that this is an indication that the demand just isn't there. And it's a precursor for the global growth story. And I do feel that the effects of it will be felt in the equity markets over the coming months. It just having a bit of a delayed reaction for some reason right now.
And just a final question. Interesting that the core seems to be pulling back. The periphery is looking better. Okay, coming from a lower base.
Oh, well, certainly coming from a lower base. So you see the likes of Ireland and Spain certainly looking to actually add on some growth this year. Ireland in particular have hiked their GDP growth forecast is around 3.5% this year. So certainly, yeah, definitely a low base. But you do wonder how sustainable that can be if the rest of the Eurozone is thrown into turmoil.